You don't need super heavy dumbbells. You can just use 2 tricks. One trick is to only come up 2/3 of the way and then come back down. That keeps the tension on the quads. It builds up the metabolites, lactic acid, etc. in them. That causes some growth, but it also makes you so tired that it brings your biggest, fastest twitch muscle fibers to bear, and it gets you closer to failure sooner. So you don't need to do 30 reps. Now you can only do 20 reps, and you get that same kind of burn and same proximity to failure.
This topic gets butchered all over the internet. First off, there's zero solid evidence showing that metabolic stress, so you think lactic acid buildup or that burning sensation during a set, is actually causing hypertrophy. It's something that we often see during high rep sets or intense training, but that doesn't mean that it's responsible for muscle growth. That's textbook confusion between correlation and causation. Just because the pump is there doesn't mean it is building muscle. We need actual biological mechanism to support that idea. And right now, there are none proving that lactic acid is a driver of hypertrophy. Next, the claim that slow twitch muscle fibers fatigue and then somehow hand the button over to the fast twitch fibers is a complete misunderstanding of how motor unit recruitment works. Fast twitch fibers don't get recruited because the slow ones got tired and decided to leave the chat. They're recruited when the demand for the force is high enough. It's an intensity game, not a game of depletion. Your nervous system doesn't just say, hey, we're running out of slow fibers, let's bring in the heavy hitters. It says, we need more force, bring in the big guns. That's it. Now, when you're doing high rep work, what's happening is an increase in afferent feedback. Basically, your body's internal messaging system is lighting up. This ramps up the perception of effort and can decrease motor unit recruitment. So ironically, the more burn you feel, the less efficient your nervous system may be at activating high threshold motor units unless you're pushing to failure. That's why failure matters more for high rep sets, because the feedback loop can throw off your ability to gauge how close you are to real muscular fatigue and stimulation. On top of that, there's also this idea floating around that metabolic stress is some kind of unique pathway to growth, separate from mechanical tension. But every legitimate study that we've got shows that mechanical tension is the primary driver. Metabolic stress may play a small supporting role, but it's not going to be the headliner. You want growth? Load the tissue appropriately and train close enough to failure to create meaningful mechanical tension, regardless of the rep range. So the next time that someone is hyping up the burn or telling you that that pump alone builds muscle, remember, it's about stimulus, not sensations. Don't let bad science ruin your training.